guys, it's Angie Bell with Herbally Hip Tarot. How you guys doing out there? How's my Herbally Hip tribe doing? Okay, you guys, let me get my readers on because you know it's on when I get my readers on. Okay, seriously though, there are a couple things I need to clear up before we get started on today's readings, okay? For one, a bunch of you, and you guys did it in the nicest way, and I really appreciate that. I am not against, like, when I make mistakes to be corrected, because I am not perfect. I will get things wrong. I will even probably get readings. I will get readings wrong. Okay, I'm not perfect. I'm a human being, and I have no problem being corrected. And a bunch of you guys did correct me and said the picture I had up about, and a question about the Supreme Court justice, if they know about the election stealing. I chose a picture for my thumbnail. They didn't have Ketanji Brown in there. How could I have messed that up? Oh, I'm so proud. So proud that she's the first Black woman to be a Supreme Court justice. How could I have gotten that wrong? So, anyway, not wrong, but I'm hurrying up getting my video on. I'm getting my picture for my thumbnail, and I chose one without Ketanji Brown in there. So anyway, I corrected that in the right picture, and her with her picture is in there. So that's done. Okay, so that's off my list. Next thing, this isn't as positive. One of the subbies here, like I said, I don't mind being corrected, because like I said, I'm not perfect, you guys. I'm not going to get everything right, and when I get to be corrected, correct me, and I will make corrections, or I'll say, hey, I got this wrong, and correct myself. But the person who did it was very rude about it, so, and then they said some more rude things, so they've been, their comments have been removed off the channel, okay, like, they've been hidden from the channel, because I'm not going to deal with that type of energy. But I do want to, but the person who said it was correct about this, that I did make a mistake and say this. Okay. Ruth Bader, RBG, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I had said something about Biden needed to make sure that she retired before, so that he can approve of her, she needed to retire because, you know, she was older and sick, so that he can put another Democrat in the Supreme Court as a Supreme Court justice. Okay, I just got, you guys, you know, like, a lot of things are going on, okay? I'm trying to do a lot of things. I know that Obama was the president at that time, and that during at least Obama's, she needed, because it was right before Trump was going to come on. That's why Trump got another Supreme Court justice. So, at that time is when she really needed to be kind of pushed a little bit, not to be mean, but be pushed a little bit about going ahead and retiring, because she was sick. You know, I think she had cancer then, and she was in and out of the hospital, and, so that somebody could take her place, so we could have more Democrats in the Supreme Court. Because Obama already lost. Remember, he lost Merrick Garland as being a Supreme Court justice, because McConnell and Republicans wouldn't approve of that one, wouldn't approve of him being a Supreme Court justice. So we lost that one, and then Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, so we lost two Supreme Court justices. So, but at the same time, McConnell and Republicans weren't approving Obama's Supreme Court justices. So if she passed, you know, if she went ahead and stepped down, they may not have approved the other one either. So anyway, but the way that was corrected to me was told that you need to, before you talk, you need to learn your government, girl. And it's like, you don't need to get like that with me. Number two, I used to be completely ignorant about government, about all this stuff, okay? It was when Obama became president, I started learning more about government and paying more attention. And when Trump got in is when I really started paying attention, because I was like, okay, this dude's crazy. I need to know what's going on with the government. I need to pay attention. I need to learn about the government. I need to learn what's going on, okay? Because this dude's crazy and I need to know. So since then, I have been like a hawk, okay, about learning about everything government-wise, everything that's going on in the government, everything that's going on in the world. I'm like on it, okay? Now, I'm not saying I know government the best and I'm all-knowing, because I'm not, and I'll make mistakes. I don't know how every little part of it works, but I try to learn as much as I possibly can, and if I make a mistake, I want to self-correct and learn. But I know a hell of a lot more than I used to know. Okay, I've educated myself so much about how government works compared to what I used to know. I used to watch the news zero. Okay, I used to. I didn't even. I couldn't have told you what the difference between the House of Representatives and the Senate is. Anyway, so now that we're done with that, just wanted to get that out of the way and get that cleared up. Okay, so now let's get down to business. You guys, thank you. You guys have had so many great questions. Oh my goodness. Oh, real quick too, before we get started, a couple more things. At the end, I will show you the first video of the day, and this is the first video. My knitting and crochet ladies are like, I want to know what you're wearing. Okay, they see the knits. So at the end, I will show you guys what I'm wearing and what I made, what this is, and everything. So if you're not interested in that, then when I'm at the end and I say I'm going to talk about what I'm wearing, then you can check off then. Okay, because I know a lot of you didn't come here about no knitting or crocheting. I get it. That's what I'm going to do at the end. Okay, the other thing is, this is for entertainment purposes only, and everything I say here is allegedly. Got that out of the way. Okay, so first thing we're going to read on is, okay, let me set this up for you guys, what we're going to read on. Okay, the day after the fire started, they started on a Tuesday. I think it was Wednesday morning. If not, it was real close to that time. But it was the day after the fires had started. Remember, I told you I had this vision. I came on and talked to you guys about it, and we pulled cards. I had this vision that it is, this is not wildfires. This is domestic terrorism, and it's MAGA, and that the Orange Menace is the one who is directing all this. So we pulled cards, and the cards supported it, and so did the pendulum. Okay, and it came up in the cards that it was one woman and two men, and even came up that it was a couple, like one man, one woman, and a man. But right now, what's happened so far that have been arrested for these fires, and they're calling them arsonists right now. They're not calling it domestic terrorism yet. I say yet because I believe still that it's domestic terrorism, allegedly. But right now it's been one woman, two men. What was in the card reading? Now, when I had my vision, I just had the vision that it was MAGA and that the Orange Menace was directing it all. I didn't have any particulars until we read the cards, and like I said, it was two men and a woman. So, who's been arrested? Two men and a woman. Okay, recently, I think it was yesterday, or maybe the day before, a heavy-set man, bald, tattooed. There's no name. I haven't been able to find a name with him yet, so that's why I have to describe him, okay? Somebody videotaped him, even on YouTube. I saw the videotape and everything, and then I think I saw it on the news also. But anyway, there's a videotape of him setting the fire. And then he has no shirt on, kind of a heavy-set dude, all tattooed, and just sets the fire and walks down the street. So this guy sees it and goes, dude, what are you doing? And he videotaped him doing it. He videotaped him walking down the street. And then he had somebody else with him, and they're videotaping him still. And now he's like getting the fire out with like dirt and stuff. They called the fire department and said, hey, look, get down here. Get the police down here. This guy just started a fire. He's walking down the street. He just started this fire. And I'm trying to get it out with just dirt. So just hurry up and get here. So the fire department hurried up and got there, and they were spraying it all down. They showed the police. They were still videotaping that dude getting arrested. Okay, so that's one guy. The next one was a homeless man who had like a flamethrower. Okay, if you're homeless, where the hell did you get a flamethrower? So somebody had to put him up to this, okay? And then there's a lady named Gloria Lynn, and that guy, they're just calling him Flamethrower Dude. I still haven't got a name on him yet. Okay, now there's a woman. The only woman that's done this is Gloria Lynn Manich. I think it's how you say the last name. She's crazy. Okay, she's been charged with felony arson. She's in jail right now. She was doing this on the Pacific Coast Highway near Ventura, they said. She's 6 years old. She's crazy. She has active warrants in Pennsylvania, Jersey, and Florida, and I believe she's from Florida. She's on felony probation in Pennsylvania. She's crazy, okay? And then she lives in Florida. What are you doing in California studying fires? She got only a $20,000 bond. Why? She should not be let out, okay? In fact, they need to take her into a room and question the hell out of her and figure out who is she working with somebody or not, okay? So what my vision was, looks like it's happening, okay? Now, they haven't announced, they've only announced their arsonists. They haven't announced, oh no, I heard earlier that they are saying that they believe that this is a cult of people. That was the thing I've heard recently. So we'll see, keep seeing how this plays out and see if the cards, my vision was correct, and if the cards and spirit were correct. So, yeah, so that's where we're at. But the question that I want to ask, the 3 people that have been arrested and caught, are they MAGA? And are they being directed by the Orange Menace? Okay? So before, it just came out 3, but now there's been 3 that have been caught. So I want to know, are these the 3 that are MAGA and being directed by the Orange Menace? Okay. And now there's lots of card readers who are reading and getting. Lady G, she read the cards and she got that this is MAGA who's doing this. Because it's crazy. Let's just talk for a second. It's crazy. These fires, okay, the wind died down and then more fires keep popping up. That's insane. And it's like way away from each other. They're not like it's not like the wind's not blowing in over there. They're just starting another one over here because the wind has died down a little bit. Enough where it's not being blown 20 miles. The wind's going back up, so Lord help us all. So yeah. Okay, so that's what we're of course gonna use true crime, because this is criminal, okay? So let me start shuffling the cards. And it's horrible. Most people though are just being so kind and helping each other in California. So let me say that first, okay? There's so many people doing great heroic things, helping out the firefighters, putting out people's fires, doing all kinds of stuff, working at shelters so that people can have food and water and all that. On the other hand, so that's 3. One more. On the other hand, there are people who are trying to take advantage of the situation. For one, some of the hotels are trying to price gouge. So they just came out this morning and told them that's a crime, price gouging, and you will be taken care of. So the hotels have been told, don't be price gouging, or if you're going to rent a house out, don't price gouge these people in their darkest hour. And then there's people walking around like in suits in an orange vest, scamming people, saying I can get you to the front of the line with your insurance agency, you just need to pay extra money and then we'll get you taken care of faster. All kinds of scams like that going on. It's so horrible, doing it to people in their darkest hour. Horrible. Okay, so one more on both these. So spirit, the 3 people that have gotten caught, oh shoot, are they MAGA, and have they been directed by the Orange Menace? All right, let's see what's on the bottom. Caregiver. Okay, we'll put that up in the corner. Nothing's come to me yet with that caregiver. I don't know. First card I laid down tells me. I'll show it to you. So the question is, are the 3 that have been 3 fire starters have been caught, are they MAGA, and are they being directed by the Orange Menace? That card just tells me yes. Inside job. Why do we keep getting this faked death card. I think the last time I did the reading about this, we got the fake death card. And I got it yesterday too. Whenever, with Orange Menace, I'm always getting the fake death card. Is he going to be so desperate when he gets caught for everything he's done that he's going to have to fake his death and escape? Because that's what we got yesterday, that he's going to fake his death and leave. Because really, that's the only way that that fool can leave the country, is if he faked his death, if he could get away with that, because he has Secret Service. So you're trapped. You got Secret Service. It's not like you can just run off. I don't know. Okay. Debt. Look at the credit card there. This is another thing that tells me that these people were paid to do this. And one thing else I want to say before I continue on. This is like the Orange Menace. He likes to get people that he feels are beneath him. Okay? Like his lawyer. I don't think Cohen is beneath him. But at the time when he got him, he was like a newer lawyer. He wasn't as experienced. Like the Orange Menace didn't go get the top lawyer, because he wants to have control over you. Okay? So this guy was a new lawyer, younger guy, new lawyer at the time. So, you know, Donald Trump wants to have power over him, right? So he wouldn't want to get an experienced seasoned lawyer who's going to tell him the truth, who's going to tell him, no, that's against the law. I'm not doing that. I'm not getting disbarred. But he wanted to get somebody who was newer, somebody he could take advantage of. Same thing with these people. The woman is crazy, okay? She's looks like she's a MAGA supporter, and she's crazy, so she's easy to get to go start fires. So it's making sense to me, okay, on how his behavior is and what he does. The dude, the bald dude with the tattoos, with no shirt on, setting fires. He looked like he was off his rocker. He just set the fire. He didn't care that he did in front of somebody and walked off. And just walked slowly down the street with no shirt on. Weird, okay? He's a little slow, a little crazy, okay? And then, who was the other one? Oh, he is homeless. The fire starter, the one that had the, what's it called? Flamethrower. I don't know what the hell a flamethrower is. And where would a homeless person get a flamethrower? Okay, he's worried about getting food, about getting money for food. Somebody gave him that flamethrower. Okay, or he stole it. I don't know. Okay, but these are all people that could be easily manipulated. Okay, and he looks for people that he can easily manipulate. All right. So this card to me means they got paid and they're easily manipulated, these people. Here we go. Right under, okay, this card's above it. Inside job, right below it, look what it is. Accomplice, partner in crime. So these are his partners in crime. They're accomplices. Insane. Look at this. These cards are lining up crazy. Look how this is lining up. I'm going to show you. Fake death, justice. Remember I said, is he going to get busted for this whole thing and have to go on the run? Look. Justice will be coming after him for this, and then he's got to fake his death and run. That's what I'm getting. And these cards are lining up like crazy. Okay, now, under debt, where I said he got paid, this is above, this is below. Where I say he paid these people to do this, gave them a little bit of money. I'm going to give them that much if they're crazy or desperate. Death. I think these people were threatened with their lives. Not to tell anybody, not to get busted. Like, they were threatened. This is crazy that this came up. Look. Right under accomplices, partners in crime, female. Was I just talking about that woman? Crazy. The way these cards are coming up is crazy. You can't write this. Oh my God, look at this. Okay, the Justice card is above it, and then I pulled this one below it, mountains. And you guys, we have seen nothing but these mountains, the terrain, all of these mountains just on fire. Well, there's going to be justice for starting that fire. Here's the Orange Menace. Greed. He's the greediest person I've ever, most greedy and most evil person. One of the most evil, but the most greediest person I've ever seen. That's him. Greed. Okay, now why the card over here on the bottom was caregiver? I don't know. I don't even really need to clarify this caregiver on the corner, okay? Because the rest of this, let's just pull another card because I'm just curious about this caregiver. Okay, I'm gotta pull the card on it. You guys know that I look at the child card as Musk energy and the Orange Menace energy, because the Orange Menace is like a 3-year-old. If you're a narcissist, you're like a 3-year-old, the way you make decisions and you like to throw tantrums. Like 1/6, that was a tantrum. Trump being responsible and starting of being the director of starting these fires, that's another tantrum, allegedly. That's another tantrum. That's like, because I believe he's doing this from the readings that we've done is because he's been told that he's not going to be inaugurated. Like, they got the goods on him. So I believe when we've done the readings this week, the reason he's done this is for revenge. He wants to, that's why he's burning up California where Kamala lives. He's actually, you know, having her neighborhood evacuated. I don't know if her house burned up or not. So he has tantrums like a 3-year-old. So that's his energy right there. I wonder if this is about his health. That's what's coming to me. There could be a possibility of him. This could be the end of him needing a caregiver. Or he might have a caregiver now. This is about him being sick. Okay. So, this supports female accomplices, partners in crime. This is the woman that's been arrested. Partners in crime, accomplices, partners in crime. These are the 2 guys that have been arrested. It's an inside job. The Orange Menace, child and greed, is the one that's directing it. He paid these people to do it. I think they've been threatened. Don't be getting caught. Don't be saying nothing about me. This is the fire that he directed to happen. Remember, look, this is the mountains, how they look beautiful, but they're all on fire. Justice will be coming for him, and he's got to fake his death and make an escape. You know what? This is what I want to say. Someone said something to me about, you sure know a lot about narcissists and sociopaths. I don't pretend to be an expert on every subject, because I am not, okay? But I'm going to tell you what. I'm a little bit of an expert when it comes to narcissists and sociopaths, because there is no better education than living with these people your whole life. And in my family, there are quite a few narcissists and sociopaths. So when you've lived something, you know it. When you personally experience it, you know it. You know it from, like, the soul know it, okay? That's why I talk so passionately about the Orange Menace, because I know. And I know what his family suffers from, okay? The family suffers greatly with a narcissist or a sociopath in the family. It's a cult now. You're not a family, you're a cult. So the narcissist or sociopath is the cult leader, and everybody below him is are fly monkeys, and everyone's trying to always keep that cult leader happy in the family. It's horrible. It's an absolute horrible thing. And in my case, I wasn't a fly monkey. I didn't abide by the cult leader, and it was a constant conflict all the time, and that's how I lived. I don't call out in my family who is and who's not, because I don't want to cause problems, but just letting you know. Okay, once you've lived something, you become an expert at it because you've lived it. You know it. Okay. I think that's why I get really emotional about this thing with the Orange Menace, because what's happened to me and my family, he's doing to the country. Okay? We're being abused. This is abuse. It's complete abuse. And we will have to go through a recovery when we get rid of him completely, because it is abusive. Okay, so we'll see what happens, but my vision, the cards, spirit, are all pointing in this direction, that it is MAGA, and it is the Orange Menace directing MAGA. So we will see if all this comes true. So far, 2 men and a woman, like the card said a couple days ago, is coming out. And today, it just said a woman on there. And then the accomplices, which is the 2 men. Okay. All right, so we've gone through that one. That was a lot to go through. Okay. Look at this. I had a lot of notes about that. Look, all these notes about that. I'm talking about 3 different people, and I want to know about this. And this is one of my questions, and I'll answer. Then we'll ask a bunch of questions to the pendulum that you guys have asked, okay? Or a few here, and then I'll ask a few more in the other videos. I'm gonna do 3 or 4 videos today. So, clear. Does Gavin Newsom know about the election interference? Look at it. It's already going yes. Right when I started. Look at it. Oh, yeah. He knows. He knows. And let me tell you something else. The reason I had a feeling he knew. For one, he's from California with Kamala. He knows Kamala. Okay? Kamala was the Attorney General of California. Okay? And he's been the governor forever. He's been in politics forever. They know each other. They know each other very well. So believe me, they talk. Okay? And, a reporter asked him, why are all of these unclimbable walls, we did a reading on this, why are all these unclimbable walls going up all over Washington, all over around, D.C., around the Capitol, the White House, Kamala's house, like everywhere that's important like that. And he says, I can't really talk about that right now, but you'll see. He knows. And that right there just proved to me that he knows. Allegedly. Okay. All right. Let me see. So let's ask more questions. Oh, somebody wanted me to ask, will Trump go to prison? Clear. Spirit, will Trump go to prison for any of his dirty deeds? This is saying yes. Because before, I've asked this before, and it didn't say no. It just said, you know how my pendulum, when it does, when the energy is like it doesn't really know, it just sits there. It just sits there and shakes. You know what? Let's pull some cards really quick on this, because I want to. Let's pull some cards too, because I've never had anybody, all the readers that I've watched, none of them, when they've asked about this, it's either said no, the energy at the time was no, or didn't know. But I've never seen anyone say, yes, he's going to jail on any of their readings. I am, I'm shuffling these cards quick as I can. I want to know. Okay, 2 more. Will the Orange Menace, come on, will the Orange Menace go to jail? Oh, let me do this on this side. Again, will the Orange Menace go to jail for his dirty deeds? Okay, let's cut it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. I wasn't even planning on doing a reading on that. I was just going to ask the pendulum. But since it said yes, oh my God. You guys, we got this fake death card so many times on Donald Trump. Excuse me, Orange Menace. Look, fake death again. How many times have we gotten that fake death? A lot. And you know what hit me yesterday? When I did the thing about his health. And look, let me show you what the card came up. And it came up again today. It came up yesterday when I did it about his health. Look, the love card. Now, after I got off the camera, you know what hit me? I'm like, Angela, his heart, the red heart that was on that love card. Why didn't you see that? But you know what? Spirit wasn't speaking to me then about that. It spoke to me afterwards. And sometimes it happens, things will hit me after I do the reading, after I get off the camera. Maybe the next day or a couple hours later. It's really weird. But look, love, but look at the heart. So, something's telling me that, you know, with all this stuff that he's going to try to escape. And I think he's going to try to act like he had a heart attack. And I believe he's already had heart attacks because that's what the card said yesterday, or the pendulum said yesterday, or the cards. One of them. You guys, I've been doing so many readings. It's hard to keep track of everything. Anyway, so we're asking, is he going to go to jail for any of his dirty deeds? What the hell does outer space have to do with anything? Again, this looks like a card like he's going to try to escape. He's out in the middle of nowhere. We got the fake death card over here. Okay, intuition. Okay, now, I know intuition doesn't mean you're going to jail. But I don't always look at the word. Oh, and this is another thing. I don't always look at just the word, okay? I look at a few things when I read a card. I do look at the word. I do look at the picture. I look at the expression. I also let Spirit talk to me. So sometimes the decision of that card is not even the word. Sometimes it's not the picture. Sometimes it's just Spirit. But, so it depends. Or maybe it's a combination of all three. So I'm just trying to explain to you how I read a card. Because some people like to correct me and go, this didn't mean this or this didn't mean that. I don't always go with the word on there. Okay? So, again, I'm not going with the word intuition. I'm going with him behind bars. Look. See how he looks like he's behind bars? And he looks pissed. And that's what the Orange Menace would look like behind bars. Pissed. He belongs behind bars. Tell you that. Okay. Is the Orange Menace going to prison for any of his dirty deeds? Let's see. What the hell does this have to do with anything? Okay. Look. Neighborhood. It's a weird looking neighborhood, huh? Those two doors so close together. Alright, let's keep going. Nothing's coming to me with that yet. Party. What is this? This has come up in his reading before. Party, people. Okay, nothing's coming up with that one either. Look at this, male. So this is I believe that this is him. And this is weird. The card that above it is the card that I said him like behind bars, and then a male behind bars, and there's a man in behind those bars. Okay. So that's already telling me that the cards are saying they're agreeing with the pendulum. And personally, what I believe, before I pull the last 3 cards, if this all comes true, I believe he will go to, I think he'll go, if he goes to jail, if the cards are right, if I'm right, the spirit's right, I think he'll go to jail on this before any of the other dirty deeds he did, even over the election, stealing of the election. Because when we asked before and people have gotten the answer no, or my pendulum just shaking, that was over the election. This is over setting fires and people dying. All right, let's pull the last 3 cards. Okay. Is Trump going to go to prison, the Orange Menace, going to go to prison for any of his dirty deeds? Okay, I'm just looking at this card, social media. I don't know what this means. Let's see if we can get a clarification on that. Oh, okay. It's coming to me. Okay. Remember, so you got the social media? This is Elon Musk. Right next to it, look. Spouse and partner. What I'm getting is they're both going to go to jail. And even though in the picture it says F, like that means Facebook, social media is right here. So, you know, he owns the fake Twitter. That's what I call it, fake Twitter. X. Stupid. Anyway. Ooh. Is the Orange Menace going to go to prison for his dirty deeds? Okay. Last card. Suicide. Okay, and we already got the fake death. Okay, this is what I'm reading. He is going to try to fake his death, like literally fake his death, not to go to jail. Here's the Orange Menace, the male. Here's Elon Musk. So that sounds like they're both going, and they're partners. So that kind of supports the Elon Musk in here. We got the guy behind the bars. That's the Orange Menace behind the bars. Elon Musk too, but he definitely, that's the Orange Menace behind the bars. I believe we have something about his health here. I'm not sure where that plays a role in that, but I'm going to talk about, see that red heart? About his health, about his heart is not good though. Oh, okay, this makes sense now. Now that I figured out that this card right here is Elon going to jail. It's just another card. Because whenever I think of him as he's in outer space. For one, he has satellites up in outer space, so that represents him too. His brain's in outer space. I think of him as an alien. Weirdo. So that supports that. Now, the 2 cards that are left, I don't... Okay, this is what's coming to me with this neighborhood. Maybe this is just representing neighborhood and they live next door to each other. Maybe this is representing the relationship between the Orange Menace and Musk. That's the only thing that's coming to me with that. Just to kind of reiterate that they're both going to end up behind bars, because that's what that's relating to me. Now, this party right here, maybe this is what we're all going to have when they're in jail. We're going to have a party. No, I don't know. Let's just do a clarifier on this and see if we can't clarify it. Okay, I just didn't clarify party. Missing came up. Again, this thing about the Orange Menace trying to escape. That's what I think it's just supporting that, and I'm not really sure about this. I guess this is, we're not supposed to know about that. So, the cards are saying him and Musk are going to end up going to jail. And, the cards are, the spirit and these cards are saying he's going to go to jail. And so is the pendulum. So we'll see. We will see. But that's what the energy is saying right now. And like I said, I've never seen anybody else's reading so far that said he's going to jail. It's always been no in the reading, the energy at that time, or that, or it's like my pendulum. The energy, it doesn't know. That's crazy. So we're going to see what happens with that. Okay, you guys, that is it for this one. God, I didn't mean to be this long. I meant to be about 30 minutes, but I had to do a reading on that. After I heard yes for the first time that he's going to prison, I'm like, please let me do a reading on that. All right, you guys, that is it for this one. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. And give this video a thumbs up. Any comments or questions, leave below. If you have anything you want me to read on, leave that below. Now, I'm going to stand up really quick, show you what I'm wearing. And anybody who wants to go now, thank you so much for being here. Love you so much, you guys. And I'll be making a couple more videos today, okay? So I'll see you guys soon. Okay, so now the people who are here who want to see about my knitting. This is another RUANA, and it's pink. And this is a Pound of Love yarn. And I use, to make this, what I do is I use a chunky yarn when I make this. So I hold the Pound of Love, which is the weight 4, I hold it together so I can make a chunky yarn out of it. So I hold it double. And I use those two big balls, pound of yarns. I use 2 big ones in this pretty pink. Look at this pink. Isn't it gorgeous? Love it. Look, it matches my nails. Okay. Let me just get up and show you. And this is another RUANA like I did yesterday. And if you want to know how to make the RUANA, go on my, click in below. I have another channel, My Fairy Treasures. Go under my knitting videos. I think there's 2 or 3 of them, and you'll find it in those knitting videos, okay? How to make my RUANA. It's very simple, you guys. You're just making 2 big rectangles and sewing them together. It's super easy. Okay. But I made a video on how to make the whole thing. I made like a tutorial. I used to do a lot of knitting tutorials. Not a lot, but I've done a few of them. I used to belong to a whole knitting group on YouTube. And I was in a little knitting group, and we all did, like, you know, tutorials and stuff like that. I did that for a little bit last year or the year before? The year before, I think. Okay. I'm trying to go down as much as I can so you guys can see. Okay, this goes down, just a second. Yeah, this goes down to my shins, okay? And so this is what it looks like, okay? Isn't that so pretty? I love the color. And again, like yesterday, fringe. I always have fringe. Fringe. And then I'll show you the back. Okay, here's the back. Okay. So I told you guys, I like to make ponchos, RUANAs, and what else? Ponchos, RUANAs, and boho cardigans. So I'll try to wear a boho cardigan tomorrow so you guys can see that. And I have tutorials for everything. So I have a tutorial for this, which is called a RUANA. I have a tutorial for my boho cardigan. That's super simple. You're just knitting one big square, folding it, and sewing up the sides. And do I have one for my poncho? No, I don't. But when I make my poncho, I basically make the RUANA. And see how they're on the sides, how it was open? See, it's all open. I just sew up the sides. Okay, and that's how I make my, no, I sew up sides. I leave the sides open. I sew up, if I want to make this into a poncho, I sew up this from the bottom up to about right here so I can get my head in, right? And now it's a poncho. So I close the front. So instead of having the front open, I close it and sew it up, okay, from the bottom up, and then leave it at about right here, and this is all sewn together, so that's not open. And then I still leave this all open here. So that's how you just turn the same thing into a poncho. So super simple. Okay, guys, so I won't talk about knitting anymore today. I just like to show what I'm wearing in my first video of the day. I said I would talk about what I'm wearing with my knitting, okay? So, sorry if you're not into knitting or crocheting, you're still here and you had to suffer through that. But for the knitters and crocheters, they love it. All right, you guys, that's it for this one. Let me know what you guys think about everything, about what we talked about, what we came up with here. If you have any comments or questions, things you want me to read on, leave them below, okay? And I will talk to you guys soon. Oh, make sure you subscribe and give a thumbs up. All right, bye, guys.